Hey guys, so I've been practicing FMC a lot since Great Lakes Champs. I got like a 36 mean officially, 32 single, which is great for me because I didn't practice before then. But recently I've started practicing FMC. I'm averaging around 30 to 31 moves with just basic block building, insertions, or NIS, RNIS, yada yada. I haven't learned HTR, DR, anything like that yet, but I plan on that soon, hopefully in the next week or two. I think my next FMC competition with FMC is in January, so I have quite a bit of time. But I'm really enjoying this event now. Like, I wake up early, do a solve before I go to work, come back home, do a solve, and then, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. But I got a 22 single that I want to share with y'all. It's a very interesting solution after the skeleton. And it uses some techniques that some of y'all might find useful in your own solves. So yeah, I'll just present what I did. Maybe you can use the same technique in your solves. So this is the scramble. It's very easy. There's lots of blocks, and my solution is extremely linear up until a point. I think EO is like 464. I don't even want to check because I didn't do EO. I just started with this 2x2x2. The solution is extremely linear. Yeah. And I was just playing around, seeing what blocks I could make, like always. And I saw this pair. It's like one move away. And there's also this pair, which is 3 moves away. So I built those. L, F, D, L2. And it also solves these 2 cross pieces. And there's the pair. And so I insert this and also insert this with D prime, F prime, D, F2, B, D2, F prime, B prime. And this is an F12 minus 1 in 16 moves, which is pretty good. It's one move off of what the Bible recommends, so that's good. And then to solve edges, it's pretty easy. It's L prime, D, L, D prime, back, D, back prime. So that's 3 corners in what, 23 moves? So it's okay, not great, pretty good for me. But the solution is very linear, so it's like the first one I found. So I'm gonna RNIS my way through this and show you the optimal insertion point. Yeah, so this is the optimal insertion point. And I found this. It's this column, it's pretty easy. Just Niklas. And that cancels 4 because the next moves are L prime, D, L, D prime. So that's a 27, and I'll show the full solution. U prime, L2, B2, U prime, solve 2x2 by 2, L, F, D, L2, D prime, F prime, D, F2, B, D2, F prime, B. Then here's the insertion, D, R, D prime, L prime, D, R prime, L prime, D, back, D, back prime. 27. Now, I said it was a 22, so what did I do to make this a 22? So I followed Sebastian Tronto's advice. Since I had a ton of time left, like I found all this in about 20 minutes, I went backwards through my solution and just looked for pieces that looked like they were very inefficient, or moves that looked out of place, especially slice moves like F prime B, RL prime, things like that. And it turns out that there's a huge sequence in here that's very inefficient. After you do the insertion, this sequence, starting with the F prime, B prime, and then the insertion, That was about, I think it was 11 moves. This can actually be solved, hopefully you can see this, with F, and then a sledge. So that's 6 moves. So I would inverse the solution to the F prime sledge, so it would be like hedge F or whatever, and replace those 11 moves, the F prime, B prime, D, R, D prime, L prime, D, R prime, L prime, B, D, with this. So replacing those moves yields a 22. And this is what the solution looks like. U prime, L2, B2, U prime, L, F, D prime, L2, D prime, F prime, D, F2, back, D, back, R prime, B prime, R, D, F prime, D, back prime. 22. And I was freaking out when I saw this. It's crazy. And I didn't use any like NIS or anything. It's all on normal. It's insane. This is definitely the luckiest scramble I've ever gotten for FMC. So yeah, I recommend that technique. It turns out that the reason that works is because you can reduce to a 3C, 3E skeleton in far fewer moves, and then solving for the edges using an insertion also solves the corners. I had to reach out to some FMC people to figure out why that was the case. So I'm very proud of this solve, and I want to know what y'all think. It turns out that the solution after the 2x2x2 is 1 move away from optimal, which just is insane for block building. So yeah, I wanted to flex that real quick. Have a good one, guys.